Hello and welcome to Model Railroading for Dummies, the how-to show for model railroading dummies just like me. Okay, now for the next part, I think we're going to do the scenery area for putting everything together. I think that would be the best thing. Now that I'm waiting for some dull coat for the final long pipe. Since that one's longer, I definitely want to make sure that one's got some dull coat. So, without any further ado, let's head over to the layout and start working. Okay, first thing we're going to need to do is we need to add this dryer to the scene. And one thing I would like to note, when I put this in, I forgot to put in the glass. Which is no big deal except for the fact that, you know, this is fairly narrow. And the wall behind is blue. Yeah, I could see blue. It's like, that's ruining the thing. I could deal without the glass, but I hate seeing all that blue. Because what I was originally going to do is I'm going to put in some glass and then give it a bit of dull coat to have a real dull look. And then maybe make it look like some of the glass is cracked and stuff. Because that in some of these old elevators, it is very common to have broken glass up in there. So what I had to do, there was just enough play here that I could kind of pull this back. What I did is I took some black paper and I slid it back in there. So now it's black in there. And the effect, and it really helps with the effect. And hide my mistake. So, once again we'll take a little bit of Elmer's white glue. Glue that in place. Now I've got the pipe here fixed up. I haven't got it weathered yet, but I'm going to wait to weather that until I get the other pipe. But I would like to install it. So let's just install it. There, that looks pretty good. So now we'll go over to the other end of the building over here and start working over here. Okay, here we are at the layout. And we're going to start out with some sand here. I've got it in a bowl here so that it's a little bit more controlled. So I'm going to use that instead of ballast because this is going to be almost entirely covered up with weeds anyways. So you don't need to use expensive ballast for that. And in hindsight, I probably, if I knew exactly what I was going to put here, because originally this is probably about the third or fourth idea for this layout. But I would have made the entire site, basically the entire siding would have been ballasted with sand. Because you know this siding's been here for 100 years or so. So let's get some sand up there. Okay. Now let's smooth it out. Doesn't matter if you cover up the ties here, because this is a siding. So just so long as the cars can move freely, no big deal. In fact, it probably looks a little better if you can't see the ties. Okay, let's add some more. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, now we need some ground foam. So I think we'll start out using Woodland Scenics Blended Turf Earth Blend, number T1350. Okay, that's a good coating. So now we'll go for Woodland Scenics Blended Turf Green Blend, number T1349. This will be our main coating. Well, what do you know? There's a spider web in the corner. So that's looking pretty good. So let's get all the grass off the roof, because I don't think it's going to grow up there. Ooh, missed a spot. See, let's just take our finger and clean off the rails. Okay, let's put a car down there. You can certainly hear that there's some stuff on the rails. Okay. Okay, I think next step will be to wet it down with some isopropyl alcohol and then glue it down with some homemade scenic cement, 50% water, 50% Elmer's white glue. Once again, I'm using a little container here. Oh boy, there's some glue in there. Okay, there we go. See if we can quick wet this down before supper. Okay, I'm gonna plant a little bit of static grass. Where's the button? Ooh. Ah. Oh. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I'll figure out what to do with the rest of this stuff, mixed up stuff, because the grass I used was Woodland Scenic Static Grass, Burnt Grass, FL 633, and Medium Green FL 635. So those are the colors I used. So that's looking pretty good. Let's move on to the other edge of the layout. Okay, I got a little bit of this sand, and we're going to continue working with the sand here. So yeah, the yards here are more than likely be gravel, and so there's not going to be much vegetation, I would think. So I got to fill in the crack for the board. That's what's nice about using sand, is like, you didn't pay a dime for it. The only thing you paid is the time you spent to sift this stuff out. So you can use it to fill in the cracks. Okay, we're gonna have to smooth it all out because that looks horrible. But that's what the foam brush is for. Ooh. Get the brush the sand off a little bit, so you don't happen to accidentally drop some sand where you don't want it.
authors by click and add.
Okay, now we're going to put a little bit of foliage in here just to spice things up. I'm using the green blend here. This over here is gonna have the most. This is the transition zone. So I want to make it look a little transition-y. Just a little bit. Don't want much. But, you know, it's just too uniform. We need just a little bit of color to spice things up a little bit. There, not much, but it really makes a difference by just adding that little bit of a sort of an accent color. Okay, now it's going to be a lot like before. Going to wet it down with 70% isopropyl alcohol, and then glue it all down with some scenic cement. Okay, this little section here is all nicely wetted down and glued. So I'm going to finish the rest of this area here, and then we'll come back and put in the final details. Okay, this is basically all dry now. It's not completely aired out, but it's good enough for what I need to do. So I think what we're going to do now for final detailing is we're going to be using this Scene Master, basically Walther's grass tufts. So it's summer. Has a dark green and a medium green. So I'll probably be using both. Okay, I think we're going to use here is going to use a communion cup. And put a dab of glue on there. Get a nice dab of glue. Let's put it right here in the corner. Okay, let's get another one. This time we'll go for the more variety. Pop it out. Dab of glue. And right over in there. I like this one better. It's a little bit more variety. Pop it out. Let's put it right here on the edge. if we can. It's a little bit crooked. Because you probably noticed this, but right along the edges of cement, it's not uncommon for grass to grow. Okay, let's pop out a dark green. Now let's see. There's a real thin spot here where I can see a little bit of the black paint. So we'll put one right there. Let's get another one here. I'm going to put one right next to here. A little bit of variety. Give a little bit of variety right there. Okay, got another one here. And let's put this one right over here by the joint. Gonna need a little more glue. Yeah, just randomly put it here. There's another crack here. Let's kind of put that there to help hide it. And I think we'll have a nice bushy spot there. We'll have 3 of them back there after I get some more glue. There, that's really getting some nice vertical scenery there. It's really helping things pop out. Okay, we got a little bit of a spot back there where the paint's kind of ick. So let's just put one right along on the wall there. Okay, I'm gonna continue putting a few more in. Okay, everything is basically dry now. And I tell you, these little grass clumps really add to the scene. Especially right there. That's my favorite spot, right over in there. It really adds a little bit of vertical scenery. I really like how that turned out. Also, something I wanted to do for a while, I added some grass tufts for over the state line Kitbash challenge area here. Put it right under the, right by the edge of the platform thingy-majig. So yeah, that really looks nice. So yeah, it's just a few more details need to be done, and then this will be complete. Okay, that's going to have to be it for today. Things are really looking good. So next time we're going to be able to finally finish up the elevator. So if you like this video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to hit the little bell icon so you can receive notifications when I release new content. So until next time, keep working on your model railroads, keep having fun, and until next time, keep your trains on the tracks.